Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a brand new podcast episode of Shameless in Chicago. This is your host, Nin.
And I'm Luke.
And for today's episode, we're going to be talking about trusting your gut.
That thing that makes you feel all crampy in the morning?
Yeah, that. Or the one that gives you anxiety sometimes?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That's the one I have. Trusting your gut comes from a very, I would say, inward source. I definitely think my instincts came from my mother. She was very, very obsessed with saying, Luke, you need to be aware of your surroundings. And that's something from probably when I was 4 years old was the first time I ever heard that. And to this day, I think it's something that still goes through my head. As I'm walking down the street, I hear my mom saying, you need to be aware of your surroundings. I grew up to be very aware of the people around me, of where their hands are, where they're looking, where they're walking, all this and that. I think it's really what shaped like how I guided myself in my own life. I definitely use my gut a lot dating in my early 20s. I found my way to some weirdos, and my soul just told me, hey, you need to run the other direction as fast as you can, as quick as you can, and never look back because, oh no, you're in danger, Will Robinson.
Oh my gosh. So how did you follow your gut in dating situations?
So there were some times that I actually left mid-date. I remember one time I was out with a guy and he, for some reason, thought we were going to go to the gym.
Okay.
And all we had done that day was walk around the park. So he wants to go to the gym because he wants to go hang out in a jacuzzi. And mind you, I think I'm 20 years old. So he wants to go to the jacuzzi. So I say, yeah, go into the house and get us some swimsuits. I'll be right here. The moment his door closed, I peeled out in my car so fast.
Why? Because you didn't want to go to the gym?
I didn't want to go to the jacuzzi with someone because in my head, I was like, there's no way that meeting someone for the first time, walking around the park with them and going to the gym jacuzzi with them could lead to anything really good for me.
That's true.
So I booked it. I got a text like, oh, where'd you go? I said, oh, one of my friends has an emergency. So I really needed to leave at the exact moment you walked out of my car.
Oh.
That's one way I trust my gut. How do you think you trust your gut?
Oh, trusting my gut. Honestly, it's been really interesting because this past year I worked as a mental health therapist and I really enjoyed my job.
Oh, wow. I'm sure that can be taxing.
Yeah, it's mentally taxing, physically taxing too. Again, if you guys listen to our past episode, I love being a mental health therapist. The only issue I have with it is paperwork.
I love having mental health issues to give you.
Everyone does. But I was getting to a point where I was like, you know what? I'm going to quit my job in a few months. I just knew mentally that I was going to quit my job in a few months. And I got this email from church and they were like, hey, we're doing our first ever youth conference internationally and we're heading to Iraq. And I was like, yeah, no, I don't want to do that. I want to start a business. I'm going to save my money and I'm going to start a business. And time went on and I was not getting any luck with finding a space to start my business.
So what did you do?
So I just kind of kept praying on it. I kept meditating on it. And I was like, God, please, I really want to open a business. I can't go to Iraq. I really want to go to Iraq, but I can't because I need to save up all my money to open a business.
And then you went to Iraq.
So what happened was a month or two went by. I missed the Iraq deadline. It had been 6 months and I was still looking for a space to open up my business. And then I got in trouble at work.
In trouble?
Yes.
What could you possibly get in trouble for?
I got in trouble for posting the smallest cross in my office. I had a small cross, probably the size of a quarter of your pinky finger. They didn't want that expression of religion, which made no sense to me, honestly. And that's a different story for a different day. That happened. And I was like, you know what? This is my sign. This is my sign to get out because for a long time, I had this uneasy feeling in my gut. I went from being totally happy to going to work to all of a sudden I was feeling anxious going to work. And I noticed that I kept praying for a change in my life, for a positive change, for help. And I truly believe that when you're praying for something and you start to have this uneasy feeling inside of you, like it's your gut, that's God trying to tell you that I'm going to make you so uncomfortable right now that you physically cannot sit with yourself so that you can become comfortable once again.
See, that's what happened when I drove away in my car.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was like, I want to leave right here. I'm uncomfortable and this is my out. I have to take it.
Yeah.
And as weird as it feels to just leave someone hanging high and dry, I have the easiest out. but you have to take it. That's the universe giving you your out.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of how I took the whole cross thing and got another email. Like within that same week that I had the cross, I got an email from church saying, hey, we're opening up the time. You can apply to come to Iraq.
Oh, so it was like staring you dead in the face that you had to go.
Yes. And I was like, bro, there's no way they're giving me a second chance to go. Like, there's no way. So I applied. I got accepted to go. And I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to Iraq. I asked work before I even quit. I was like, okay, I still want the money, right? The paychecks are nice. I need them. I asked work, hey, can I take at least 3 weeks off of work? They said, absolutely not. You can't do that. Which in the mental health realm of things, it makes sense because if you leave without clients seeing you for 3 weeks, it can be pretty bad because some see you every week, some see you twice a week. It's not healthy. So yeah, I quit my job and my supervisor was really surprised. She's like, you're quitting? And I was like, yes. My supervisor was amazing. Everything was so great, but I knew it was time for me to leave. I knew that I had grown as much as I possibly could. And I was very aware that the money I had saved up and wanting to open a business, I was just about to spend it going on trip, going on vacation. I went on the vacation to Iraq and I went to Dubai and I went to Italy. But let me tell you, that Iraq trip was life-changing.
I bet you were so happy you went.
I was ecstatic that I went. I had a closer relationship with my sister. I had a closer relationship with my cousin. I had a closer relationship with my parents, with God. I really had that ancestral bond that I had never felt before. And Iraq was no longer this foreign place, but it was home. And I made friends that live there. And so I really have a connection with the homeland. And that experience was something that money could never buy. So I was so happy I trusted my gut on that one. And then when I came back, Luke and Armand gave me the news that they had found a studio space.
Yeah, I remember how doubtful you were that we had even looked.
Yeah, I know. I was so doubtful.
We had everything done. And while you were gone, we got tattoos. So we got everything we needed to do done.
Exactly. And guys, mind you, I was only gone for 2 weeks. These guys got tattoos. They found a studio space.
I think we smoked hookah twice a week.
No, literally. Oh, and they had uploaded some YouTube videos.
Yeah, I remember we were good on that schedule.
Yeah, you guys were doing so great. So I came back and we found the studio space and I agreed with them that this is an amazing spot. And when we went into the spot that is now our studio space, I was like, this is it. This is the place.
And now it's pretty much... it's home. We have almost everything here. We're just decorating at this point.
Yes, exactly. And so I'm so happy that I trusted my gut to quit my job because if I didn't quit my 9 to 5, then I would have never been able to allot myself the time to 1, go on vacation and 2, follow my dreams of being a business owner. I can finally say I'm a business owner. And that to me is incredible. And that just shows that during my time at work, God made me so uncomfortable because he knew I had outgrown that space. I've been doing mental health. I've been learning it for so many years now that I had outgrown it. And so now having this business and learning something new, challenging myself has been an incredible experience.
It is really important to trust your gut because I came from spending a lot of money and then in return, I had to give up the lifestyle I was living.
Yeah.
I was living in a great apartment downtown. I was spending so much on parking. It was ridiculous. But what that did for me, it was able to bring me to a place where, I'm not paying so many bills or utilities and I don't have to worry about rent. And I'm being put in this position where I can put myself further and also open this business. So everything lined up. The universe said, hey, it's time to go. Every time that I don't listen to the universe, I always feel like that I missed out. And This is our time.
Yeah, exactly. And that's so true. I didn't even think of it like that because when you were leaving your apartment, you were like, I need to go live with my dad for a little bit. I don't know why.
I was excited to leave. I said, I'm going to save so much money. I did everything I wanted to do when living in downtown Chicago. And let me tell you, if I were to move back to the 606 zip code, it's in a neighborhood. It's not downtown. Downtown's not the move. My boyfriend and I would walk out the door and suddenly the first whiff of air costs you $50. And that's like your first whiff discount for the day.
That's so true.
So definitely the neighborhoods are a lot better. I would trust my gut in saying maybe moving to Portage or somewhere on the northwest side. Those are my favorite neighborhoods.
Okay. Yeah. And I also feel like trusting your gut has really helped you elevate yourself and your lifestyle and everything. Personally, I had to trust my gut when I came to saying yes to being a girlfriend. When Armand asked me to be his girlfriend, we had only been talking for 2 weeks. He had only taken me out on 2 dates. And he asked me to be his girlfriend. Guys, get this. We were having a fight. We were fighting.
Meant to be.
And it was a pretty serious fight. And I was like, oh, just another loser guy that I'm talking to. And he was like, you know what? I'll talk to you when you calm down. I was like, oh, absolutely not.
Put you in your place.
No, I was like, you can't handle this Middle Eastern spice, bro. Leave.
And so what happened? How did you become his girlfriend?
So he's like, I'll talk to you in a week once you're done
A
being
whole
angry.
week? A whole, homie, a week is like a year when you're single.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So I was like, a week? Don't even bother because I won't even be here. You can delete my number.
And here you are.
So then he came to my house, actually, and
Did he hold on, stop right there. Did he have the whole boombox outside your window while throwing rocks at your bedroom?
No. He had flowers and a card.
Oh.
And I read the card and he had written in it. I still have the card to this day. And he had written in it, like, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. I'm learning. And then at the end of it was like, will you be my girlfriend?
Aww.
And mind you, at this point in my life, I had so much almost like trauma with dating because like the guy I dated before him would ask me to be his girlfriend. We would be girlfriend, boyfriend for like 2 days. And then he would like ghost me for a couple of days.
Oh.
And then I'd be like, so what are we? Because if this is your definition of boyfriend and girlfriend, this is not it. And me and my ex had done that twice at this point. So I definitely had unhealthy relationship. And another guy that I had dated asked me to be his girlfriend, but then continued to be on Tinder behind my back.
Oh, how trashy.
No, seriously. And as a result, I encountered men asking me to be their girlfriends, but not actually meaning it. So when I saw, will you be my girlfriend? I was like, another one. He's going to last like, what, a week?
Wow. Hey, but here we are 2 years later, right?
2 years later, yeah, he asked me out on Halloween. So October 31st is our 2-year anniversary, mashallah.
You know, I think after I met my boyfriend, we took about a month to become official. And I think I kind of put him on the spot when it happened. So I took my partner to see my best friend and his boyfriend. You know, all the gays get together. So we were driving to his house. And as we're driving, it's a cold winter night. I think it was December 5th. It was December 5th. He will not take that as our official anniversary, though. He will only take the day that we met, which I believe is November 11th, which means it's Veterans Day, which means he gets 2 holidays in one.
Oh, okay.
So we are driving to my friend's home to go see his boyfriend in the winter. And I'm actually getting a little anxious because I've never really taken a boy to go see a friend or a family like that before. I've always kept to myself because I'm always thinking to myself, oh, this won't last. Here we are 2 years later.
Emphasis on the this won't last.
Yeah. Every time you think this won't last, guess what? Here you are 2 years later.
And every time you think it's gonna last, it doesn't.
Yeah, no, there you are 2 years ago. But so we are driving there and I look at him as I'm driving on these icy roads, by the way. You should always keep your eyes on the road. I look at him and I say, how do I introduce you to my friends? And he said, what do you mean? I said, well, do I call you my partner? And at the time, we've only been dating for a month. And so he said, no, that's a little too attached. So I said, okay. And I danced around the word boyfriend because I wasn't sure if I wanted to use the word boyfriend yet. But he was the first one to bring it up. He said, how about boyfriend? And I said, that works.
Ooh.
So from the moment there, I kind of I cuffed it, but I threw away the key.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he's stuck.
Oh, yeah, he's stuck. I was a little nervous. They came to the door, opened it, and I said, hello, friend. This is my boyfriend. And I know it was super fast because, of course, this is the friend that I would tell everything.
Yeah.
The friend's eyes look shocked open and goes, oh, boyfriend already? I thought to myself, oh, was it too quick? Did I do it too quick? Oh, no. But no, I did not. Here we are 2 years later, the love of my life.
Oh, that's so cute. And like, that's the thing that's so exciting about looking back on them. And first of all, seeing our own growth within the relationships, but also seeing how we were at a point in our lives where we just didn't even care to be in a relationship anymore.
Yeah, I remember that there was a time where I would just look at it all and say, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I got to a point where I had been to 3 weddings. 3 of my best friends had gotten married, and I was just the bridesmaid with no +1 at all. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to be the fun single auntie that just travels the world and is like, hey kids, it's your aunt here. And I had accepted that. I was like, okay, I am her. And then lo and behold, 2 months later, I met my now boyfriend.
So you were directly taken off of the path of the Chicago party aunt.
What does that mean?
You know, the Chicago party aunt, the fun single one who's always having a good time because she never settled down.
Oh, yeah, no, I was like, I don't need a guy, first of all. I don't want a guy, all right? They're all losers. They're all asking me to be their girlfriend and don't even mean it.
That's the Chicago party aunt.
Yeah, exactly. So I was over it. And then this man comes in, I don't know who he thinks he is. And he's like, will you be my girlfriend? I was like, I ain't got nothing to lose anymore.
Oh, gosh. Oh, and here we are.
And here we are. And you know what? Honestly, we gained a lot by being in this relationship. I feel like all 3 of us gained. Because he really introduced us to recording, because without him, us 2 could not figure out how to set up a podcast system.
You know, looking back on all of it, it feels very simple. But at the beginning, it was all Mandarin. It was a little, I understand half of this, but the rest of it makes me want to go throw myself into a dumpster.
No, I swear, because we had you ordered microphones from Amazon and you're like, how do I
ordered microphones from Amazon. And I couldn't even figure out how to get 2 of them to work on my Mac computer. It turns out you need to buy another $1 billion piece to make that all work easily.
No, seriously. So that's why I highly recommend you guys come out here and rent out Airwave Studio on Peerspace to go ahead and record your next podcast, because some people are starting podcasts and they're only lasting like a couple months or so, but at least you could say you did it and you tried it and not feel like, oh my gosh, I just spent so much money on the recording equipment and I've only used it a handful of times.
And imagine this. Who actually likes to work from home? You can come over here to our beautiful studio with great views, great atmosphere, and amazing professional equipment, all to use for yourself.
I think a lot of people enjoy working from home.
I can't stand it. I need to be somewhere different, and this place is beautiful.
I would have to say that I do enjoy the studio space to record a podcast, because your setting is everything, right? Studies have shown that if students take a test in a different classroom than what they're used to, they're more likely to get lower grades rather than taking a math test in their math class. So it's very interesting. Setting is everything.
Yeah, it keeps you focused. I mean, I definitely feel I'm more focused on all the work I need to do once I'm here. These walls are very inspirational.
Yes, exactly. So if you want to record a podcast and you come here and you rent out the studio, you might start to feel more inspired.
Yeah, but you know, we're not only limited to podcasts. If you want to come take photos, we're great for photographers, models, family shoots, or maybe you want to try your hand on some music recording. So we've got a great music producer here for you right in house.
Right, exactly. We literally have it all for you. Just make sure to let us know what exactly it is that you're booking the space for. Make sure to go ahead and follow us on Instagram at airwaves_studio and DM us if you would like to book the space. We will notify you all when we are live on Peerspace, and you can just book us through Peerspace.
And Gigster coming soon as well.
Yes, exactly. So that is all we have for you guys today. It is a shorter podcast, but
definitely we need to remind you that Almighty Airmain has a show coming up with Riff Raff on October 29th at the WC Social Club. Tickets are $20. Please DM us for any details or for ticket purchases.
Yes.
Costumes are welcome, as this is a Halloween concert at the WC Social Club with Riff Raff and the Almighty Airmain.
Alrighty, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode.
Join us next time when Nen attempts to bring Princess Diana back from the dead to get fashion tips from the afterlife, but she may look a little crushed from that tire.
Oh my gosh, that's so morbid.
Too soon?
Too soon. You know, she actually died the year I was born, 1997.
Reincarnated. I am Princess Diana.
I think you just want to be a queen.
Hold on. When did Princess Diana die? I hope it's August.
I think it is August.
August 31st, 1997. So I was just born.
Oh my gosh. Alrighty, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in.
All right, everyone. Have a great night.
Bye.